Good day, grade 7. Today is our MAPEH 7 in 4th quarter, week 1. My name is Rinaldo B. Malimban. Let's talk about the first lesson in 1st quarter, all about the health concept and dimension. Health dimension, it refers to the state of body, its compositions, development, functions, and maintenance. Health is wealth, a famous saying which is true. Man desires many things in life. Food, clothing, and shelter are his basic needs. Food to nourish his body, clothing to cover it, and shelter to protect him from his environment. Unknowingly, he overworks his body to get more food which he cannot eat, more clothes which he cannot use for the plenty of shelter which he does not need. Thus, he works and loses his health. Then he works again to cure his health, but sometimes finds only the grave. To be survivor of the modern age, man must also use his judgment, all the things that he does, like the food that he eats and water he drinks, his exercises, all activities that interest him. Man is the only creature that can study himself. Such a study begins with a simple observation and now includes complex social, medical, and psychological studies. Also, the definition of health, according to the World Health Organization in 1948, health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely as absence of disease or infirmity. According also the Webster, health is the condition of being sound in body, mind, and spirit, especially freedom from physical diseases or pain. Health is not just a matter of physical well-being. Emotional and mental health is equally important. So the World Health Organization has defined health as a state of complex physical, mental, social well-being. Next slide is physical well-being. The human body is designed for movement and it needs exercise in order to function properly. There are three main elements of physical fitness are we have the strength and quality of being strong. So fitness is the quality of being strong and also the stamina in the physical strength to resist fatigue or disease. Just like the example of smoking, drinking alcohol, and too much exposure to sun can destroy your health. And also overeating can lead to overweight, which contribute the variety of disorder including heart disease. So teenagers needs to eat a balanced diet in order to support their developing body. Another is the social well-being. Social health concern with the people with whom we come into contact. People who enjoy close, supportive relationship and who get along well for their families are likely to be healthier than those who don't. At the higher level, social health is concerned with our rules, with the society as a whole. Taking responsibility for your personal health also contribute to social health. Ideally, people with high levels of social health give more to the world that they take from it. Next is the mental well-being. People in good mental health are energetic and enthusiastic about life. They are relaxed, confident, and usually optimistic. They welcome new experience and do not avoid life's problem. They are able to love and live comfortably with themselves and with their loved ones. And also the eighth dimension of wellness. We have emotional, financial, social, spiritual, occupational, physical, intellectual, and also the environmental. So that is the eighth dimension of wellness. Let's move on to the concepts of health. We have four: the biomedical, the ecological, the psychosocial, and the holistic. In the biomedical, absence of disease, that the person free from the diseases and considered as healthy. Ecological dynamic equilibrium between man and his environment, health with the maladjustment of humans to environment and disease. And also the psychosocial development of social sciences revealed that health is influenced by the social, physiological, and cultural, economic, and political factors. The holistic also the synthesis of all other concepts, sounds mind and the sounds body and the sounds family and sounds environment. In the concept of health in biomedical concept, we know that absent of disease, it minimizes role of different determinants of health. Ecological concept equilibrium between man and environment. Psychosocial concept is both biological and social phenomena, and also the holistic concept is all about concepts, multifactorial influence. Now, in the biomedical concept, the traditionally health has been viewed as an absence of disease, and if one was free from disease, then person was considered unhealthy. And this is the concept has the basis in the germ theory of disease. The medical profession viewed the human body as a machine. Disease as consequence of the breakdown of the machine in one of the doctor's tasks as repair of the machine. Let's move on for ecological concept. For the form of ecological point of view, health is viewed as a dynamic equilibrium between human being and environment. And disease is maladjustment of the human organism to environment. According to Dobos, health implies that relative absence of pain and discomfort and continuous adaptations and adjustments to the environment to ensure optimal function. And also the ecological concept raises two issues: vis imperfect man and perfect environment. Another concept is the psychosocial concept. According to the psychosocial concept, health is not only a biomedical phenomenon but influenced by social, psychological, cultural, economic, and political factors these people concerned. Health is not only a biomedical phenomenon but one is influenced by the social, of the psychological, cultural, economic, political factors of the people concerned. Let's move on to the concept of health in holistic concept. In synthesis of all above concept recognizes strength of social, economic, political, environmental influence on health. This approach implies that all sectors of society have effect on health, in particular animal food, industry, education, housing, public society, and other sectors. In the holistic approach, we have 5: the heredity, eating habits, personality, environment, physical condition. So this good health, not just the absence of illness of feeling good. Rather, it is a feeling of total wellness, physical, emotional, and mental. To achieve this feeling, people need to take holistic approach to health care. Holistic health care is concerned with the whole person, not just his or her individual parts, but it is based on the concept that human beings are complex creatures where health is affected by many factors. So the theory behind holistic health care is that all factors need to be taken into the account in order to promote and maintain good health. Holistic doctors treat people by promoting health rather than curing illness. Now let's move on for uncontrollable factors that affect health. It's certain factors that have bearing of your health are beyond your control, and these are the genes and the environment. Genes, we cannot choose the genes that we are inherit from our parents. The genes determine our body shape, physical constitutions, and from inborn resistance to disease. They also influence our emotional makeup and our susceptibility to certain disease. While the environment is which we grow up, it also beyond our control. We cannot choose the type of family we were born, the neighborhood we live in, and the people around during our formative years. For each one of us, certain aspects of health are already determined, which include our physical, social, and mental well-being. Now, let's talk about the adolescence period. This adolescence covers the second half of the teenage period up to the point at which a person is seen to be an adult. It is the time of learning, independence, and emotional maturity in coming to terms with adulthood, or rather adulthood. During the adolescence period, the teenager grows physically, socially, and emotionally. Physical growth is affected for nutrition, while social growth is affected by the environment. So, the emotional growth is triggered by the hormone in the body, and that is what you call puberty. Is a type of rapid growth culminating in sexual maturity. Now, what is adolescence? The state of growing up from childhood to manhood or womanhood. The period of life between puberty and maturity. The transition period between childhood adulthood is referred to as adolescence. Between the ages of 9 and 18, boys and girls start out as children, mentally and physically, and the end of is as adult. Very often this phase is associated with the turbulence, arguments, rebelling, depression, etc. But it is not necessarily true. If the understood well, this can be one of the happiest phases in our lives, where we start understanding who we are and what is our place in the world. It is a period of hormonal adjustments. It also the period of immense stress and strain. It is a fascinating period. It is a period of discovering, infatuation, love. It is also the period of living out and period of exploring. And additional of this is the self-discovery. In adolescence problem, there are so many common problem of this stage of adolescence is the adolescent is a problem individual. There are many problems around him and he or she needs help and guidance for their solution at every step. The following problems are the most significant in this stage. One is the physical changes, increased self-consciousness, emotional development, social consciousness, intellectual development, problem of career and subjects, increase in irritations, and also the drug abuse. From the adolescents or the teenagers, this is the figure of the physical changes. From the male, skin gets the the all year. Shoulders get wider, facial hair under the arm, pubic hairs, penis get longer and wider, tits get longer, neck, chest, leg muscles get bigger and stronger. While the female is the whole body gets curvier, skin get oilier, hair under the arms, breasts start to develop, hips bones wider, pubic hairs, weight gain on hips, leg muscles get bigger and stronger. And this is it, the physical change of puberty. Both growth, parts of facial ache, and change to the muscle strength for the rise in the sex hormones. And that from the girls and from the boys' appearance. These changes in adolescence, in the physical changes, is a secondary sex characteristic as change not directly related to sexual productions. From the boys, again, the voice become deeper, the Adam's apple becomes bigger, the shoulder become wider than hips, it grows in face, body, and pubic area, and the skin hosts the upper arms, and the thigh becomes rough. The girls also breasts develop, the hips become wider than the shoulder, and hair grows on the underarm pubic area. The physical change adolescence is the time between the puberty and full maturation. Puberty is a period of human development during which people become able to reproduce. Hormones are chemical substances made and released in one part of the body that cause a change in another part of the body. So the male hormone or testosterone is a female hormone of estrogen and progesterone as released as the start of puberty. So the pubic hair and axillary or armpit hair appears that gradually grows after a year in menstrual period start when the womb sheaths and the lining each month. So this is what you call the changes. In the emotional change or emotional growth, one of the major influence on teenage life is the roller coaster of emotions due to the hormones in the body. Hormones are chemicals that are produced by the body that goes into the grow mature. They can also cause the emotional feelings to swing widely. You may be on top of the world 1 minute and then sink into the dark despair the next. So the new way of feeling. These new feelings that arise during the adolescence may cause teens to feel alone, insecure, and confused. The process of leaving diffidence behind and forming a new identity and complex and sometimes scary. Having conflicting emotion is healthy and normal. In the prolonged periods of sadness or anxiety become overwhelming, seek help from the parent, school, counselor, or doctor. So that is the emotional change or the emotional growth. In the social change, a teen grows older or their parents, others expected more of them. Adolescence can be confusing for some teenagers who have difficulty in adapting themselves to their environment. An adolescent girl may suffer additional problems due to the premenstrual tension and period pains. Social transition occurs puberty in all adolescents. At the age of 10 to 16, most teenagers become involved in heterosexual or boy and girl relationship. Romantic love involving features in teenage years, and some would take this relationship casually, while the others become too involved, leading to some serious relationship. So, it is a relation with friends change become more important during adolescence. You can take more responsibility at home and friendships and the other parts of life by showing concern for how people are doing, listening to others, encouraging others, and getting a job. Next is the mental changes. Now, why is mental changes? A new way of thinking. As adolescence progresses, teens are able to think in more complex way. They can foresee consequences, make more logical decisions, and view situations for the other points of view. This is what you say the first slides about the physical changes of this puberty. Now, how to talk to kids about babies' birth and puberty? Or what do you say when your parents say, "Don't talk back to me"? So these tips to foster conversations from the toddlers to teen. And these are the 5 simple steps to have the puberty talk. We have prepared in advance, so be ready to answer or any question. Name the parts of the body. It's used by actual names for the anatomy. Ensure the child is ready. A tired child is not the attentive child. Watch and find the right time. Prepare the groundwork and to explain other bodily changes before diving into the menstruation. And the last is the use books or videos that can be encouraged for the mini books on the puberty, or make this a simple or other simplest processes to find the good ones to help you out. So that is a part of the simple steps to have a puberty talk. So the developmental task of this adolescent part of being adolescent is in learning to cope the changes in growth to describe above. In addition, each stage of life has certain tasks or jobs called the developmental task, which must be accomplished as part of growing older. These tasks are the skills, knowledge, and attitudes you need to succeed in the stage of life. Your most important task during teen years is to find porn for yourself. And these are the several aspects of this task during your teen years you will work towards. You are accepting you're changing the body and your role as a man or a woman. You're growing socially to establish relation with peers or both sexes. Controlling your emotion as you become independent from your parents and other adults. Developing intellectual skills and concepts. You are preparing for reaching economic independence and becoming a responsible citizen. Okay? Now, if you teen habits, adopting good health habits is a far easier than changing bad ones. As a teenagers, you begin to form your own lifestyles. The decision make now and habits you form will affect your health for the years to come. For example, it is easier to refuse to start smoking than to give up the cigarette smoking habit. Given the right encouragement and the right environment, people can change their poor habit. Good habit is not hard to achieve, but it is easy to damage. By taking positive health action, one can enjoy a state of well-being for the life. So if you are an individual health habit, studies show the personal health habit have a greater impact on health. Not smoking cigarettes. Drinking alcohol in moderation. Eating breakfast, not eating between meals. Maintaining normal weight. Sleeping 7 to 8 hours each day. And exercising at least moderately. Now, if you become a teen habits, you also to give the important all about the personal hygiene. Your teenagers become aware of the need to pay extra attention to a person hygiene because they become conscious of their looks and physical assets. It is a term of personal hygiene to the girls become aware of the use of the following: sanitary napkins during the menstrual period, cologne, perfume, deodorant, and soap and cleansing cream. From the boys, would require less product for the maintenance for the personal hygiene, but this are the bath soap, deodorant, and cologne. Now, according to Brit's personal hygiene, you have to brush your teeth. A simple reminder. Wash your hair. Wash your hands. That you know about the personal hygiene. Take a shower. Change the clothes. And clip your nails. These are some a thing that you have to performing your own selves as being a teenager, doing this personal hygiene. That's all for today. In your module, please answer the following activity. For more updates, please monitor our A-Class online learning platform. Thank you and goodbye. My name is Rinaldo B. Malimban.